Today's episode is a must listen for anyone navigating the often misunderstood world of perimenopause and menopause. We're diving deep into some of the lesser talked about but very real symptoms, and that's vaginal dryness, painful intercourse, and frequent urination. Welcome to Menopause Nurse Memos, empowering midlife one memo at a time, the podcast where we tackle perimenopause and menopause topics head on with honesty, empathy, and a whole lot of heart. I'm Vicky Ellison, a nurse for 33 years and an advanced menopause specialist nurse practitioner, an independent prescriber, and founder of Calm Menopause and Wellbeing Clinic based in Applebridge. Vaginal dryness, painful intercourse, and the need to wee more frequently can feel alarming, isolating, and even embarrassing, but they are actually incredibly common. Let's break the silence and shine a light on what's really happening in the body and what you can do about it. So what is perimenopause and menopause? Let's start with the basics. Perimenopause is a transitional period before menopause when hormone levels, especially estrogen and progesterone, begin to fluctuate. It can start as early as your late 30s or early 40s and last several years. Menopause is officially diagnosed after 12 consecutive months without a period, usually occurring around the age of 51, but that can vary. And after menopause, your ovaries produce very little estrogen. The reduction in estrogen changes a lot more than just your periods. Vaginal dryness is one of the most common symptoms during perimenopause and menopause. Estrogen plays a big role in keeping the vaginal tissues thick, elastic, and well lubricated. When estrogen declines, those tissues become thinner, less flexible, and drier. This can lead to itching or burning, a feeling of tightness or discomfort, pain during sex, and even small tears or spotting after intercourse. Many women assume this is just part of aging, but it's actually something you can treat and manage effectively. Now let's talk about something that affects not just your body, but also your intimate relationships, and that is painful sex, or dyspareunia to give it its medical term. When the vaginal tissues dry out and thin, intercourse can become uncomfortable and very painful. You may feel a burning, stinging, or a raw or sandpaper-like sensation, or deep ache after intercourse. This can make women avoid intimacy, not just physically, but emotionally, and that's heartbreaking because it's not about desire, it's about biology. But here's the good news, there are solutions. Vaginal moisturizers. These should be used regularly to improve tissue hydration. Lubricants such as water or silicone-based options can ease discomfort during sex, but be cautious with oil-based lubricants if you are still using condoms for contraception, as these can degrade condoms and lead to breakage. Local estrogen therapies, which are inserted into the vagina, come in creams, pessaries, gels, rings or tablets, and work directly on the tissues. It is worth noting though that if treatments are stopped, symptoms will very quickly return. Pelvic floor exercises help with muscle tension and pain. But one of the most important steps is to talk to your doctor and nurse. You deserve to feel good in your body and find the treatment right for you. Now, urinary frequency and urgency can also be increased by reduced estrogen levels. Let's switch gears and talk about something that's just as frustrating, feeling like you need to wee all the time, or that key in the door moment when you just can't make it to the toilet. As estrogen declines, the lining of the bladder and urethra also thins. This can lead to that increased urgency, that feeling that you've just got to go. More frequent trips to the bathroom, even at night. A higher risk of urinary tract infections or the feeling of an infection. And some women also experience leakage with coughing, sneezing, or just laughing. Then this is called stress incontinence. And just like with vaginal symptoms, this isn't something you have to just live with. Treatment options include pelvic floor exercises, or Kegels, local vaginal estrogen, bladder training techniques, and cutting out bladder irritants like caffeine and alcohol. The bladder and vagina are close neighbours and both are estrogen sensitive, so what affects one often affects the other. Remember, you are not broken. This is very normal and totally treatable. If you are experiencing any of these symptoms, let me be the first to say you are not broken. Perimenopause and menopause aren't diseases, they are natural life stages, but they don't mean you should suffer in silence. Vaginal dryness, painful sex, and urinary changes are all treatable. The shame and silence around these symptoms are what keep women from getting the care they'd need. But knowledge is power, and advocacy is everything. So what can you do next? Well, if you track your symptoms, take a list and a diary to your next appointment and ask your healthcare professional about local estrogen, lubricants, or a referral to a pelvic health specialist or physio, and talk to your friends. You might be surprised how many are going through the same thing. Next week on the podcast, we are talking weight gain and belly fat. Thank you for spending time with me today on Menopause Nurse Memos. If this episode resonates with you or you know someone who needs to hear it, then share and leave your comments in the chat. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. Until the next time, take care of yourselves. You are worth it.